a second, guys. Just making sure everything's going up here first. Hello, Sharika. Hello, Lonnie.
Hey guys, give us just a second.
Yeah, it's definitely working.
Is it working? Okay, good.
So I'm going to close these so we don't have that issue. It's our first time using this particular app, so give us just a minute, guys. And then I want to see. Can I do this on the phone?
Sorry guys, stand by. We're trying to make sure that we can get this on mobile app too.
I know some of you out there might be watching from your phones and stuff. Let's see, did I save that link? No, I did not. Okay. And as we're going along, if you guys have questions, please put them down in the comment section. Athena's going to be looking at them and compiling them while we're going along, and then we'll answer some of your questions. So if you're not getting something or whatever we go over, if you want us to elaborate further on, please leave your comments so we can discuss that after we get done going through what we have planned here. And let's see.
And also, just make sure that you have a notepad and a pen or a pencil. And if you have an additional extra steps to success and an executive and a Ruby chart, please also have those out. If you are unable to print those or don't have a printer for that, that's fine. You can draw it out. It's not an issue. It's just easier, obviously, to have the already pre-printed charts, which actually look like this. So we've got the steps to success. We've got the executive chart, and then this is the Ruby. And I did put pictures of those down in the bottom of the events page as well. And if you can't see the stream for any reason, try refreshing the page. Let us know if you guys can see it too, please.
Do you see it now, Athena?
Let me go find out.
No, she can comment right there. Yeah, she just said it's fine.
Yay, we're going to have success. First time using a totally different application than we've ever used before, so I guess it's bound to happen. So you tell me when we're good to go, baby, and we'll get started.
Yep, let me just try this.
You can see us? Okay, great.
Okay.
And Justin's just checking one more thing. And we are going to be recording this tonight, too. Obviously, we'll be condensing it down and getting rid of this portion. And Justin, just make sure that we're recording, too.
Yeah, it's automatically records.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, can you put us up so that we can see us, too? just shows a wrap party. Okay.
Yeah, try refreshing. I just saved it. Why didn't? Should be good now. Yeah.
Looks live to me.
I'm seeing live. All right. Just want to make sure everyone's in. It's not like we have
Athena, will you comment for everyone to refresh the page too?
I'm just gonna go look and see.
Sorry guys, we tried practicing this before we started, but it was hard to tell without anybody on yet.
Okay. Oh, now I'm gone.
Yeah, you were there, now you're gone.
That should be good.
Okay. So, Shrika can see us. Okay, hopefully everyone can see us and hopefully everyone can hear us now. Okay, you tell me when we're ready, baby. Don't even worry about it. Okay, so we're going to get started here because we know we got you guys waiting and we don't want to hold you up all night. I need to be able to see myself though, so hopefully everybody's in. Whoever couldn't get in, I guess they're watching the recording. So I am Triple Diamond with It Works Global, Charity Ellison.
I am Double Diamond Justin with It Works Global as well.
That's the first time we got to say that. That's exciting.
Fun.
So tonight is what we are calling the Newbie to Ruby class. And what Newbie to Ruby means is for anyone that even just signed up today, maybe they're going for Ruby, maybe they've been a distributor for quite a while and haven't gotten to Ruby. What we're going to do is teach you some different tricks and some things that we've learned along our 14-month road to help you be able to get yourself customers, distributors, wrap cash, and grow your business. So like I said, if everyone has a steps to success sheet, that would be fantastic. The executive charting and Ruby. And a notepad and pen. If you don't have these, that's fine. You can locate them in your document library after we go through this and print them out. If you still aren't able to find them, please just connect with your upline that sent you here this evening, and she or he will make sure that you get them.
In fact, you should be able to actually scroll down and a little bit just under the video, there should be a green button that says Document Library. If you click on that and log into your eSuite, it should take you right to your document library. If you're not sure where to find them in there, just search, there's a little search bar there, just search for steps to get steps to success or worksheet for all the worksheets. So you can grab all the ones if you want to, but Executive and Ruby are what we're going to be going over today.
Absolutely. So this class is designed to help teach you the skills that you need to move, again, from being a brand new distributor to a Ruby. You guys see me looking left, I'm just looking at my notes. No worries. I guess it'd be kind of
yeah. My eyes are not just getting waning; they're not staring at nothing.
So what we want to do is we want to help teach you some ways to grow your paycheck because we love being able to help people. We love being able to help bodies and tone and tighten and firm, and we love being able to support our families. So we're going to go over a few definitions before we get started because they're things that you're going to hear us talk about tonight, and I want to make sure that you know what we're saying. So the first definition you're going to hear is LC, and that stands for loyal customer. So what a loyal customer is someone that agrees to purchase at least one It Works product from you for this month, next month, and the month after. After that, there's a whole bunch of perks that they get, free shipping and all sorts of stuff. You can actually look up Loyal Customer in your eSuite or look on your website, and you'll see all the perks to being a loyal customer. A DT stands for distributor. So that's you. You're a DT. You are someone that decided to join the party and be our teammates. So that is what DT is, and then I'm going to have Justin go over BVs.
So a lot of the other stuff is kind of technical terms you're going to see in your eSuite. It also deals a lot with our pay. So the first term I'm going to go over is BV, and we've already, if you look at your steps to success, you're going to see that right on step 1, and that's processing your 80 BV minimum auto ship. So BV, a lot of people have questions about that. BV stands for bonus volume, and what it is it's just a number associated to every single product that we sell. For instance, wraps is 54 BV. It costs $59 and it's 54 BV. Cleanser is $30 and it's 30 BV. So each product has an associated value to it. That value, the bonus volume, is what we get paid on. So if you sell a box of wraps, you get a 10% commission. You get $5.40 because it's 54 BV. As you grow throughout the company, you're going to start gaining things like PBV. So your PBV is your personal bonus volume. So that comes from your orders. So if you place an 80 minimum BV auto ship, you'll have 80 PBV. If you place additional orders on top of that, you'll get more PV. So that collects and keeps adding up, basically. When you start getting loyal customers and you keep them for yourselves, you're going to get more PBV. So it all adds up. Your orders, your auto ships, and your customers' orders as well. And then the last one is GV. There are some other ones, but we're going over those 3 today. GV is called group volume. So as you start getting distributors, and those distributors start getting customers, that's all going to add towards that group volume. So it's your orders, your auto ships, your distributors' auto ships, their orders, and all customers as well as customer referrals. So it all adds up in that group volume. Think of it, that's what the group's doing. That's how well you're doing. So.
And we want to be able to get that because we get a paycheck, right?
The bigger the GV, the bigger the paycheck.
Yeah. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is probably the most important thing within this business. It's probably the most important piece of paper in my life, and that's what we call our steps to success. So steps to success is basically our how-to sheet of how to run this business. If you follow this sheet and you try to fill this sheet out every single month, print out a brand new fresh one like we just did on the 1st of July, and hang it up on the wall and fill this out as you go. It's going to help you to keep track of those LCs or loyal customers, and it's going to help you keep track of the DTs or the distributors that have enrolled through you as well. So let's talk a little bit about the steps to success. So steps to success states that first, in order to even do your first one, you need to join the party. So that means you got your $99 kit, you either boosted or didn't boost, maybe you ordered an additional product or maybe you didn't. You went ahead and set up your 80 BV qualifying auto ship. So what does that mean, Justin?
Your 80 BV qualifying auto ship, again, matters about the points of volume. They're usually close to the dollar, so it's about an $80 minimum auto ship. As distributors, we have some neat little packages in your eSuite you can set up for your auto ship. Things like the Quick Pick 9, which I recommend if you haven't gotten one before that you try that. That's 2 boxes of wraps and individual packaging for each one of the wraps. You get 8 little individual things so you can hand out wraps to
people. And that's $110.
And that's $110, and it's 80 BV. So that's that 80 BV that we've been talking about. If you wanted to get wraps, which is 54 BV, and say greens, which is 30, that would be 84 BV. So it's just a mixture of products, but their BV has to be at least 80.
And then, of course, you obviously decided to boost or not. When I am thinking about signing a new distributor, I like to show them this sheet, and I like to say, is step 1 something that you can do? Can you purchase a $99 business builder kit? Will you be able to order a couple boxes of wraps every month so that you can get wraps on people to make money? If you think that you can do those things, then let's continue. If they say, I don't really want to wrap anybody, and I don't really think I want to get any customers, and I say, well, you know what? Why don't we start you as a customer, help you to get a story, and then you can decide if you want to distribute from there. So step 1, obviously, if you've signed up, you don't need to purchase the $99 business kit again, but within those first 30 days, you're going to run that 80 BV auto ship. We have a distributor that just enrolled last month. She actually enrolled the last week of June, and she ran out of wraps. So she went ahead and ran her auto ship today, which not only qualified her for commissions, so again, running that ADBV auto ship is going to qualify you for commissions, but it gave her some extra wraps to sell because she's already sold 8. So she needs some extra wraps.
So when we start our month, I kind of think of step 1 is my auto ship set up? Am I getting what I want to get this month? Maybe I didn't sell as much wraps as I wanted to last month. Maybe I don't need 2 boxes this month. Maybe I just need 1. And I've always wanted to try the relief. So let's throw the relief on there, and that should make up my 80. So each month, kind of think of your first step before you get started. Hey, what's my auto ship? When's it running? Is it on the right card? Have I moved? Kind of think about those things. That's your step 1 each month since you're already signed up.
Yep. Step number 2 is going to be, let's get you some loyal customers, and that's what we call wrapping for free. So you signed up and you got your $99 business builder kit that came also with your website, as we know, and you found, for instance, this is my steps to success. My mom, my cousin, my best friend, and my neighbor all decided to sign up to become loyal customers. They each got something totally different. They got whatever they wanted to get, and I did that in my first 30 days. So what does that get me, Justin?
If you do that in your first 30 days and you run your auto ship, again, the ADBV auto ship, you're going to get 2 free boxes of wraps. You can order those through your eSuite. It's called product credit. So again, 120 BV product credit. It's good enough to get you 2 free boxes of wraps. And actually, there's, I believe, 8 left over, something like that. So, or you can spend that on other things too. But again, we like to say you get 2 free boxes of wraps. That way you can go out there, you can go wrap people, because that's the name of the game. We go out, we wrap bellies, and you make your money back, and you make some extra money.
Absolutely.
So that free boxes will jumpstart your business.
Absolutely. And after that, you're going to focus on, and you actually, these 2 steps, one might come before the other. You never know which way this is going to go. But these people right here are LCs, or loyal customers, and these people down here where it says wrap for free are distributors. So a lot of times people will sign up for that $99 kit, and they just couldn't swing any extra wraps. But they got their 4 loyal customers, so they were able to get a couple boxes, wrap themselves to start their own personal story, and then maybe they had a couple people that said, well, hey, I think I'd like to make an extra $200 to $500 a month. So you said, great, let's sign you up as a distributor. So, for instance, Justin bought a $99 business builder kit, and then Justin started to find some customers as well. So while I was still looking for maybe a few customers or maybe a couple distributors to join my team,
I hit the streets running.
Justin wanted to get this done. So Justin signed up his coworker, his dad, his high school friend, and his buddy from the gym. And while
Not
he
my
was
ex-girlfriend?
Not the ex-girlfriend. You're funny. That was funny. After that, while he was doing that, I was focusing on finding a couple other distributors. So I found Athena, and I found Lisa. And so I filled out that steps to success, and I did that in my first 60 days. Now, the company guarantees that if you sign up to become a distributor, run your ADBV auto ship, find 4 loyal customers, and find 3 distributors that each complete step 1 and step 2, that they are going to guarantee you that you've made at least $500 in commissions and bonuses. And I can honestly say that this is true. We did this in our first 60 days, and we actually made more than $500. So the company didn't have to pay us the difference.
And again, if any of you did do this and didn't get $500, which I know has not happened, but if that were the case, there's actually a form in your eSuite in the document library. It's got cobwebs all over it because no one's ever pressed it, but it's your actual form. You can submit that, get your $500 guarantee.
Yeah, and everybody gets it. I've never heard of anyone not getting it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take these steps to success, which, P.S. and by the way, please follow these. The simpler you keep this business, the more money you're going to make. If you can simply go for this every single month and teach your distributors to do this, your tree or downline, which is the distributors and loyal customers underneath you, will grow very, very quickly. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take these steps to success, and we're going to go ahead and implement them into a little bit of charting. So Justin, I'm going to have you go ahead and hold that. So Charity signs up, and Charity signs up a couple customers, and she signs up a couple distributors. So Charity's got her customers, she got her product credit, and now she had 2 distributors sign up. So she had, we're going to use Justin and we're going to use Athena. Okay? So this right here is an executive chart. This is your first promotion with It Works. So in order to be an executive, you need to run an 80 BB auto ship, and you need to have 2 distributors underneath you that each have at least 400 BV. Okay? And remember, BV is the point system. So in other words, 4 to 5 customers ordering that equal at least 400.
And now
okay?
that's not just any BV, that's GV. So it doesn't have to be necessarily that one distributor and their customers, which it can be. So if you sign up, for instance, your sister as a distributor, and she runs her auto ship, she has 10 customers with wraps, so she's over 400, it's the 400, then she would qualify as that box.
And we're going to go ahead and put Athena in there.
Now, if she doesn't have 400, let's say she only got 200 in personal bonus volume, so again, her sales and everything, but she had a distributor as well. And that distributor had 200 personal bonus volume.
And
so,
what's their name?
So their name is Lisa. So if Lisa also has 200,
We'll say Lisa K.
Lisa K, but neither of them personally have 400, they add up together. And that's called your group volume. So again, 400 group volume qualifies them towards your promotion.
200 plus 200 equals
400.
400.
So these are called legs. So anytime you have distributor underneath another distributor on your top line, it's all considered one leg. So Athena can have 100 distributors on her top line. They will all add to that 400, basically, is what you're hoping to get in the middle.
So then I've got Justin. Now Justin didn't sign up any distributors at that exact moment, but Justin signed up 5 customers, and they totaled 400.
500.
You want 500?
500.
They totaled 500, which is over 400. So what does that mean? That means
box?
That means I promote. So Justin here was over 400. Athena, combined with her distributor, Lisa K, was over 400, and I get my first promotion. Make sense?
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Yeah, promotion. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to implement it into a Ruby chart, which is the next promotion after executive. If you guys have any questions about this and this doesn't make sense, please comment below and we'll address them at the end of the presentation. Okay? So now let's take out the Ruby chart. So average income for a Ruby is about $600 a month. So
Stats.
that's fat sacks. And remember too that these right here, how much you're going to make, this doesn't include wrap cash. So if you sold 5 boxes of wraps, you made an additional 500 on top of whatever you would get for bonuses and commissions. Okay? So I'm going to take my steps to success and I'm going to fill it into this. So I ran my 80 BB auto ship, I got my customers and got my free product. Then I had 3 distributors that wanted to join my team, which was Justin, Athena, and Lisa. Not Lisa K, different Lisa. So I've got 3 people that said, hey, Charity, I want to join that crazy wrap business with you, and I want to make an additional $200 to $500 a month. And I said, great. So I signed them up. They got their kits. They're all looking for customers and distributors, while I am as well. So Justin calls me up and says, hey, Charity, guess what? I just got a couple distributors. And I'm like, what? That's awesome.
I'm on fire.
I'm on fire. So then Justin says, well, what does that do for me? And I say, well, it's going to help to promote you. So if this was Justin's executive chart in his first promotion, and he signed up Laura and Renee, they would each go in those boxes. Okay, so we've got Renee and we've got Laura, and he actually signed up Cherie too, so he's even got another one, but we're going to go ahead and just use these two for this demonstration. So if I take my Ruby chart and I put his executive chart in it, if Justin is here and he got Renee and Laura, what does that make me?
Ruby!
That makes me a Ruby!
Ruby.
Done. Awesome. So we need to make sure that everyone's running their auto ships, that they've gotten to 400, which means they need to have some customers under them. But that is a Ruby. It is simply 5 distributors in your organization, all that have some customers underneath them. Make sense? If anybody has any questions about the Ruby charting, please comment below and we'll go ahead and address it at the end of the presentation. All right, and our goal with our team when we have distributors sign up is we say, hey, let's try to get you to Ruby in 30 days. Because if you're following your steps of success and you're teaching your distributors to follow their steps of success, it will naturally fill itself in. Make sense? All right. So now that you know a little bit about charting, let's talk about how to get you there. So you're like, well, it's great to have those names and it's great to fill in those charts, but how do I get people? So when we have a distributor enroll, what we do is we have them hold a launch party or a quote-unquote practice party. That is simply asking your friends and family, hey, would you do me a favor? I just started this new business. I could really use your support. Would you mind coming out so that I can do a presentation in front of people that I know and care about so that if I mess up or anything, I won't feel as nervous? What we like to do is we like to attend that first party with our distributors. If they're not local, that's totally fine because we can actually do it by Skype. We can do it by FaceTime. We can do it just like this, and we just get popped up on a computer screen, and we help out that way. Typically, when you do a party, you're going to have about 5 guests there. So when you do a practice party, you may or may not get loyal customers or distributors out of it. What you're really doing is working out the bugs and hoping your friends and family are going to sign up. Now, are your friends and family always going to sign up? No. And that is the reality. Families tend to be a lot of times very protective of you because they're your family. And they don't want to see you get hurt. So they're almost reluctant to sign up because they're afraid that it's going to be setting you up for failure. They don't realize it's actually setting you up for success. I have tons of family members that have not signed up yet. Justin?
Tons of family members that
same
haven't
thing.
signed up.
So if they don't sign up, don't feel bad. This party is merely for you to work out the bugs and hopefully make a little wrap cash if you can. Once you've done that first practice party, then you're going to be ready for the real thing. And I hope that everyone noticed that in your kit, and for those of you that haven't gotten your kit yet, you're going to get something called a party pad. And I forgot to grab it. Let me grab it. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry, I'm back. I thought I had everything. So this is a party pad, and it comes with an explanation of what that crazy wrap thing is, and then it has a business side. And you're going to use this during your presentation. And if you just simply use this, it will answer everything you ever need to know. I want everybody to look through this tonight, and I want you guys to practice with one person going through the party part of it and the other side of it, which is joining the party and becoming a distributor. Typically, if you do a party, you're generally going to have about 5 guests. I would say that 5 is a pretty typical amount. I like 5. I don't like usually any more than 8 because it becomes so overwhelming and it's really hard to wrap that many people unless you have a bunch of distributors on hand, which we have done bigger parties before. I prefer the smaller, more intimate parties, but that's that's my preference. So if you have 5 guests and you sell 4 wraps and you're selling your wraps for $25 a piece, that's going to make you about $100, right? $100 cash. That's not bad for a night's work. You're going to get probably 2 to 3 loyal customers out of it, depending on presentation, depending on if there was anything that really spoke to the people you talked to, depending on your confidence, your self-assuredness, and hopefully you've got some people there that want to get some goodies. And then you'll usually get a distributor out of a party too. So if you've got 5 people, you'll generally get 1 distributor out of it. Maybe not every single time, but generally. So let's add this up. If you did 4 parties a month, that would make you $400 in wrap cash. That would get you 8 to 12 loyals, and that would get you about 4 distributors. You would not only fill out your steps of success, but you would actually get to fill out a whole other one that month. So I can't stress the importance of being able to do parties and being able to get people that way, because you're speaking to a large group at once. But a party doesn't have to be 4 people. We've done parties where we've had, 1 person show up. We've done party. I even call it a party if I have someone just come over to my house and I wrap them. Take them through the catalog a little bit, chat with them, make sure I get their befores and afters before I wrap them. That's a party for me.
Yeah, if we're reading the party pad, it's a party.
It's a party. And I use that party pad even when I'm out and about. If someone says, well, what is that crazy wrap thing? And I open it up and I say, it tones, tightens, and firms in as little as 45 minutes. And I use my party pad a lot. And I used it for when I talk to potential distributors as well. I really like that. When you are at a party, it's really important that before you leave the party that you book another party, right? So if you've got 5 ladies there, everybody had a great time, or gentlemen, either way, and everybody had a great time, and you said at the end, hey, who wants to do one of these at their house? If you get 4 to 5 friends together, and they purchase a wrap for $25, I'll actually wrap you for free. Everybody's like, well, I want a wrap for free. Let's do it. So at that point, you're able to book an additional party from that. A couple tips I want to give you for your party, if everyone can make sure you got your pen and a notepad. These are a few things that Justin and I have found. At this point, we have done hundreds of parties, and we have found some things that work really, really great and some things that don't. Kind of like riding a bicycle. You got to scrape your knees a couple times, but once you get it, you never forget. So first and foremost, pre-sell your wraps. Do you want to talk a little bit about the importance of that?
You've got to pre-sell those
wraps.
wraps. I want you to put yourself out of a wrap party for a second, and I want you to envision this weekend. And this weekend, you're going to go to a concert. And you've been waiting for this concert for the last 3 months. Because 3 months ago, you bought tickets to the event. So it's been on your calendar, it's been on your mind, and this whole weekend you're getting geared up, you're getting jazzed up, and you're going to go because you have a ticket. You spent money beforehand. Now we're going to change that theory up a little bit. It's this weekend, and you want to go to the movies.
Yeah, I really want to see that 21 Jump Street. 22 Jump Street.
22
I want to see 22 Jump Street.
So in order to go have a good time and laugh, you need to go to the movies. But you buy your ticket at the gate. Well, Friday comes along, and some stuff happened. You ended up going grocery shopping, and that cheesecake looked better than the movies did, so you spent your money. So now you don't have money. Maybe you're running a little late. One of your friends that was going to go bailed on you, so you're just like, I'm just going to scrap it. No harm, no foul, because I didn't buy my ticket yet. So that's kind of what pre-selling wraps does. It's their ticket to the party.
Yep.
So what you want to do, right when you start, especially since you might not have wraps, since you got your kit, you're waiting for it to come, but you want to start talking to people right out of the gate. So you invite them over to your launch party or practice party or whatever type of party you're doing at the time, and you say, hey, will you buy a wrap for me right now? I want to make sure I have enough wraps for all my guests, so you can get the $25. And hey, if you talk to 10 people and they all pre-sell and you didn't buy a booster, you're not going to have enough wraps for your party. So if you can pre-sell those wraps for $25 and let them know when they show up, you'll give them their wrap and wrap them up. They don't have to worry about bringing cash at that point because they've already paid. Then you can guarantee them coming, or not necessarily guarantee, but you're going to increase your odds of them showing up to the party, which is important. We want people there. And you're going to have enough money to get those wraps ahead of time.
Yep.
There's nothing worse than having 20 people show up to your wrap party and you only have 5 wraps. You're going to have some jealous people.
Missing out on a lot of wrap cash.
And you're missing out on a lot of cash is the biggest thing. And if they don't show up to the party at that point, you can always contact them later. Go over to their house and wrap them with the wrap they already bought. But hold on to those wraps. Don't give them the wrap beforehand because then they're just going to do it. And then
Probably
they might not show up again to the party. It's like if you were going to go to the movies and someone gave you the DVD copy of it before you went to the movies,
you'd watch it.
You might just watch it before you go. So.
And also the neat thing about being able to pre-sell those wraps is that it kind of gets you in the habit of doing what we call closing the deal or closing the sale. So as distributors, when we first enroll, I'll give you, for instance, what I did. So when I went in to talk to my very first salon, I went in with a briefcase and a business suit, and I sounded like a salesperson. And it was really hard for me to close the sale until I realized I'm a store, not a salesman. I just am the go-between between It Works sending products out and my customers being able to receive them and enjoy them. And being able to pre-sell wraps gives you the ability to do one of the hardest things in this company, and that's to ask people for money. We all have this weird thing where we feel like we can't ask our friends or family for money for these wraps. So what we wind up doing is we wind up either the party's over and we're like, hey, I need to get paid, and everybody leaves, or people think it was free. I've had that happen where I've wrapped people and they said, oh, I thought it was free, and I'm like, eek. So by pre-selling your wraps, it's going to give you the ability for you to be able to start getting used to asking for money. If you worked at Walmart and you were ringing somebody up, you wouldn't get to the end of it and say, okay, well, if you can't pay, it's totally fine, I get it. No, your job is to take that money. So your job as an independent distributor is to take that money for that wrap, because you know what? You bought it and you deserved it. And what are some of the ways that you can get money? Well, you can either take cash, you could have the customer write you a check, you could have your hostess collect the money and then give you the money so that you can purchase the wraps, or you can get what we use, which is Square. It's a little tiny card reader that we put on our phone, and we accept payments that way as well. You can even accept payments over the phone, which is really nice.
Yeah, and that's just www.squareup.com. It's free to get a reader. If you lose your reader, they'll send you more for free. They do charge per transaction, but when you're selling a $25 wrap and they charge you $1, it's really not that big a deal for the convenience of that. Now, I always recommend the cash, though. Checks bounce, cards decline, cash is always green, and the banks will always accept it unless it's like purple looking. You might not want to take that. Could be Monopoly money.
I don't know. They could be watching from a different country right now. It might be purple.
Yes, unless you have somewhere with green currency. Or purple currency. So if you've got the cash in hand, definitely prefer that. So tell people, bring cash if they're not going to pre-buy
Yep.
that.
A couple other things, 3-station approach. We like to do this at parties. We have a jar up front with the money that I've gotten from pre-selling my wraps, or from the money I've collected from additional people that have showed up to the party. It's nice. That way when you're doing the party, people are like, wow, you're made cash. If you spent that money to get wraps, then obviously you don't have that, and that's fine. But if you haven't spent that money to get wraps, or people are purchasing it as they get there, it's awesome to be able to show that, yes, you do make cash from doing this. Second station would be the wrap room. I like to have a customer order form and a product catalog there, and then I tell the people to go sit down, take a look through the catalog, and circle 3 products that they're interested in hearing about tonight. And then the third station would be, of course, where they're actually sitting. I like to have a glass of water there waiting for them, and I say, we want to stay hydrated while we wrap, so go ahead and start with that water. Giving them that product catalog and giving them that customer order form starts them committing to the purchase, and it also gives them something to do while you're wrapping the other people in the wrap room and saying hello to your guests. Mm-hmm. Oh, and at station 1, I forgot to say I like to have a welcome thing that says what's your name, what's your email, are you on Facebook so I can become their friend, and what's your phone number. So that's a 3-station approach. Simple is better. So when we become distributors, a lot of times what happens is we're really excited. I'm excited. I've been doing this for 14 months, and I'm so excited every day. And we do, we tell people too much. We go over the top. We don't keep it simple. For instance, a blitz or talking to a customer in the beginning, I might have said, the wraps are amazing. They tone tight and firm in as little as 45 minutes, and you can totally put it anywhere on your body, and it's only $25, and you can get them online for a really good deal, and there's points, and there's perks, and free shipping.
And then there's this dividing gel stuff, too, and it's kind of like the wraps. And you
and the greens, don't forget about the greens, and the fat fighters, and they're amazing.
Oh, and if you mix them all together and you put them on your knees, you'll become a basketball player.
Have if you guys have been in this business for longer than a week or 2 weeks, I guarantee you that you've done this. So we always say simple is better. When someone says to you, what does the wrap do? You say, it tones, tightens, and firms in as little as 45 minutes. How does it work? It's simple. You take it out, you put it on, leave it on for 45 minutes, take it off. That's it. That's the explanation of the wrap. If they ask you about the greens, what are the greens? 38 superfoods, over 8 servings of fruits and veggies, makes you feel great.
Alkalized, balanced, detox.
That's it. And all of those descriptions can be found in the product catalog. So if you're not sure how to answer, open the product catalog with your potential person and just read it. That's all that they need to know. If they want to know anything more or read the ingredients or anything, they can go on your website and view any ingredients. So simple is better.
And you can always do that too. It's a good idea for you, especially right now, while you're learning the business, because you're newbie to Ruby. So you can go to your website, go to the website, click on View Ingredients. It's also got, some frequently asked questions. So maybe they want to know, hey, is there gluten in the hair, skin, nails? Well, if you've read your frequently asked questions, you would know that. So, no, there's no gluten in the hair, skin, nails.
Also, keep it duplicatable, and you're going to hear this a lot in the business. What winds up happening is we kind of think that more is better, just like we think that we don't need to have simple. And what happens is if I throw this elaborate wrap party with posters and pictures and flashing lights and balloons, and it's just over the top, and then I see at the end of the presentation, hey, anybody can do this business, I'm going to have every single person in that room being like, I cannot afford balloons and shiny objects and flashing lights and the whole like circus elephant and all that. That's just too much. So keep it duplicatable. If any of you ever watch any of the parties that Justin and I do, we do the same presentation over and over and over again using the same products and just the products that you can find in your party pad. If you don't have defining gel yet, fine, you don't need it. If you don't have fat fighters for a demonstration, that's fine. There's plenty of videos that you can show. As long as you've got your wraps, some water, and some saran wrap or fab wrap, you are good to go.
Just follow that party pad. It'll tell you everything that you need to do. Think of it as like it's your bullet list. It's this little piece of paper I got over on my right-hand side that tells me all the things that we're going to talk about. That's what your party pad is for. It'll keep you on task, and I'd never do a party without it. So.
And don't overpromise. So a lot of times what happens when you're first doing a party is you're like, there's this good bonus, and you can make $10,000, and you're going to make it in like 10 days, and it's going to be awesome, and you're going to make like $1 million, and you're going to sell 3 billion wraps your first week. And you know what? If you do, holy cow, like, awesome. You just made a lot of money. But for most of us, we work full-time jobs. We've got kids. We've got a lot on our plate already, and we're budgeting this in as an additional part-time job and some extra income. So if you're over-promising and saying, oh, yeah, you're going to get this and you're going to get that and you're going to get this, and then they don't get it, that sets them up for failure. So I like to say, you know what, let's focus on this. Let's focus on getting those 4 loyal customers in your first 48 hours. Your mom, your sister, your neighbor, and your coworker, or your best friend, the girl down the street, an old friend from high school, and the lady at the post office. It can be anybody. Let's just focus on that. Once they do that, then I say, hey, if you've got anybody that is interested in being a distributor and you're not quite ready or you don't know how to talk to them, let me get on the phone with you. We'll do a 3-way call. We will keep it simple. We will not overpromise, and we will give you realistic expectations in this business.
And you got to keep it short. Don't over exaggerate. Don't go into every single product in line. There's something for everybody. So it's always good to try to find something for somebody, but you don't have to talk about every single product during the party.
Yep.
They have the product catalog. They can see all the stuff. They can read the bullet points. If something kind of catches their eye, you can do that. We may do things during a party like just say, and we have a ton of other great products like New You for sleep, ThermoFit for weight loss. Maybe just say the names, say kind of what they're good for, but don't go into it. And also, another thing about trying to keep party length down is questions. Try to save questions for the end. Kind of like right now, I could be reading your questions on Facebook, but I'm going to wait till we're done with the party so we can kind of bring it back to those people that want to be done. Not everyone shows up to your party hoping to spend 3 hours there. Some of them were expecting to put a wrap on, and 45 minutes later, the presentation would be done, and they can take their wrap off and enjoy their results.
If your first party lasted 3.5 hours, did you fail? No. Our first party was 4 hours.
Our first 4 parties.
We literally had people starving because we went into everything because we weren't keeping it duplicatable and we weren't keeping it simple. Yeah. Now our parties last about 1.5 hours maximum, and that's if I've got at least 3 to 4 people wrapping. So keep it simple, relax, and also make sure you tag your friends. Make friends with those people at the party. Tag them on their Facebook wall because that's going to help to generate some buzz. If I've got Justin here that comes to one of my parties and I tag him on his Facebook wall and his friends see that, they're going to be like, dude, what was that thing you were doing the other night? And he's going to say, oh, talk to my friend Charity. She's got these crazy wrappings. They're really awesome. And that's going to help generate business for me.
Plus, if I had a bunch of friends that came to me because I put up a picture about being at a party and I saw a bunch of people interested, I may want to host my own party or think about distributing.
Yep.
So when you do that, you kind of force these questions, these thoughts into your guests' heads, which is kind of what we want. We want people to be thinking about this kind of stuff.
Alternate ways to end the party. So you get to the end of the party, and maybe you had an LC or two sign up, and maybe it didn't go quite as well as you thought, or maybe it did go totally awesome. There's a couple different ways that we started ending our parties recently, and it's working out really, really well. So first of all, I ask people if they'll do two different things for me. Either will they host a party at their home, or will they do a catalog party? And what a catalog party is where you give one of your guests, say, 4 to 5 product catalogs, and you say, I want you to go ahead and find 4 to 5 friends that would like to purchase one item out of here for 3 months in a row. They can switch items if they want. They choose the date. They have control.
You describe the loyal customer, basically.
Which is what that is. And if they do that, then I'm going to go ahead and wrap you for free. How does that sound? And they're going to be like, what? You can wrap them? Like, yeah, just find your mom, your sister, your cousin, your best friend. If they want to get any items, then I'll wrap you for free. So that's what's called a catalog party. Those are also great for out of town. For instance, I have family that lives outside of Washington State, so I'm unable to get to their house to do a wrap party. So what I did is I sent them some catalogs and said, hey, can you find some friends that would be interested in doing this because you're my family and you want to help me out. And it works great. So try that. And then the other thing that you can do, which we just recently heard about, was at the end of a party, let's say you've got 4 guests and you've got some Blitz cards. Blitz cards look just like this. They are the coupons that we use. You're going to get 5 in your kit. You can get the rest of these at the myitworksstore.com. You get 100 of them for $15. If you were to take a friend of yours and have them write their name on the back of this with your information, and you say to your friend, if I get 4 or 5, your choice, of these back with your name written on the back of it because someone has purchased a wrap for $25, I will wrap you for free. So what did that do? That helped you to wrap 4 to 5 additional people to make an additional 100 to 125. All you've done is given away 1 free wrap for that, so you've made profit. And those 4 to 5 people that you wrapped are going to go ahead and either join as a customer, as a distributor, or maybe they just decide they want to purchase an additional wrap from you. So those are a couple ways to end it. When you have a new distributor that enrolls, like we said before, don't hesitate to do a Skype party. When I have a distributor, we just had a distributor enroll today. I'm out of state, so I want to be able to help her with her first party. So what she can do is she can take her computer out, she can pop it up in her room or an iPad or a phone or anything, and I can be on the screen helping her along with that party as well.
Yeah,
so that's something you can do.
And right now, this second, we're doing this through Google+. They just added a new thing called Hangouts, and it's really user-friendly as long as you have a laptop. If you have Skype and you have an iPad or your phone, or you can do FaceTime. You know, if that's all you got is just an iPhone on you, and you want to do FaceTime, we can do that too. So find ways to do it online if you can't get with somebody. We heard a great call from somebody. She's 3 hours away from pretty much everywhere. So she does a lot of these online parties. You know, she has a distributor that's near them. They can kind of help host the party, and then she can pop in and kind of show and share what she knows.
So that's parties. Let's talk about getting leads, leads elsewhere. So what leads are leads are people that you've talked to and collected their phone number, or people on Facebook or your Rolodex, whatever, people that you know in your life. Those are what's called leads. And how you can get some different leads, first and foremost, is doing something we call blitzing, and you've probably heard that term before. Blitzing is simply me saying to someone that I meet, hey, can I ask you a question?
You sure can.
Have you tried that crazy wrap thing?
I sure have.
Let's pretend you haven't.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
Have you tried that crazy wrap thing?
No, but I would love to. This looks great.
Do you have any questions about it?
How much is it?
Well, normally it's $30, which everything that you need to say to someone when you're doing this is on this card. Normally it's $30, but you can get it for $25 today. Would you be interested in purchasing one?
You know, I don't have $25 on me.
I do take cards in case that's the issue.
You know, my wife stole my cards as well. So, I mean, it's something I can get it for free.
Actually, yeah. If we have a little get-together at your house, have a little party, you get 4 friends, to get together and purchase a wrap for $25. I'll wrap you for free. How does that sound?
I like that. More importantly, like, where can I put this? Is this something I can put on my legs, or where does it go?
You can put it anywhere from the chin down, and if you look here on the card, you can actually see all the different places that you can wrap.
Okay. And what exactly does it do? I suppose I'd just buy something, but I have no idea what it does.
Sure. So if you flip this over, you can see this is what it is, and this is what it does. It tones, tightens, and firms the skin in as little as 45 minutes, reduces the appearance of cellulite, and it's a fast and lasting botanical formulation that has lasting results.
Cool.
What other questions can I answer for you?
Where do I get it?
So down here at the bottom is my name, my phone number, and my website. You can either order online, or I can actually place the order for you.
Great. I'll definitely call you.
Let's book a party.
Book a date.
Oh my gosh, he's asking on a date. So that's blitzing. A lot of people ask, well, what techniques do you use? And I've tried everything from, do you have anything in this color? I've tried everything. The two that work.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Have you tried that crazy wrap thing?
That's my favorite way to blitz. That's literally how I blitz. One of my other favorite things to do is if I'm going into a business, I say, hey, it's Employee Appreciation Week. We're doing a little special through work, and I'd love to leave some of your employees with coupons. How many people do you have work here? They say 5. I say, great, here's 5 coupons. Would you mind hand delivering these to the 5 people that work here? And can I grab your contact number? Because I'd love to stay in connection with you. We have different specials and stuff we do.
Mm-hmm. And that's a very important part of this. So your contacts, your leads, your prospects are only as good as the number you can call them back on. We can hand out 1 million Blitz cards in bathroom stalls and on, bus stops and put them all over the place without ever talking to somebody. We can talk to 1 million people and hand them their card with our website and our phone number on it, but people forget. Blitz cards end up in purses. Blitz cards end up in gutters. I found them there. I picked them up. Luckily, they didn't have my name on them. You can pretty much find Blitz cards all over the place because people don't have that sight. They may have been interested. They may have been thinking about it, but you forget. A week later, you may have been like, oh, I totally want to get one of those wraps. I just remembered what I do with that card. Oh, I have no idea what I did with it. So then you go hunting, and that person finds a Blitz card at the store on a bulletin board 3 weeks down the road, and it's not your card. So you want to make sure that you are holding on to those leads, because if you had called them 2 days later and they had said, oh, my God, I lost that card, and I was really hoping to get a hold of you. Thank God you called me back. That's a wrap sale.
That's a wrap sale.
Maybe they were thinking about it, but they're like, maybe I would do one of those parties. You called them back. You started talking to them. They're like, hey, let's do a party.
Yeah.
But they may have not thought about doing a party until you called them back. So that's
Absolutely.
a very important thing I want to mention about prospects and leads. Most people don't buy something the first time they see it. I don't get too many wrap sales handing out a Blitz card. I've sold wraps doing it, but it's not the average. It's very few people just are ready to buy a wrap right then and there. Most of the people that buy wraps are the ones who call back either 2 or 3 or 4 or 20 times. You don't have to give up until they say, hey, stop calling me.
I think there's an average statistic that says that 90% of people will purchase something, but they have to be asked between 5 and 12 times, which brings us to one of the things that's super important, which is fortunes in the follow-up, and that's a saying that we have. I get this a lot from new distributors, especially on their way to Ruby. I feel like I'm bugging people. Like, I've messaged her twice, and she hasn't messaged me back. So this is the analogy I use. Coca-Cola. Everybody's heard of Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is a multi-billion-dollar company. They're one of the biggest companies in the world. Coca-Cola owns a ton of different things.
They're synonymous with soda.
I'm sure you know what Coca-Cola is. Coca-Cola still puts billboards up. They have T-shirts. They have advertisements on TV, the radio, bus stops, the sides of buses, you name it. A sticker for Coca-Cola is in almost every restaurant, right? Why do they do that? Well, they do it because they're constantly reminding you about Coca-Cola. So my question to you is, are you bothered by Coca-Cola? Do you feel like Coca-Cola is bugging you? No. I don't even notice it. But they ask, and they ask by advertising. So I've got people that we've been doing this for 14 months now. I have people that are just now coming on as customers and distributors that I have been talking to since the first week that I ever started this. They're choosing to enroll with me because they like my consistency and they're finally ready to purchase. So if you don't continuously ask people, you are not going to get a yes or no. Now, if you get a no and they say, you know, it's just not really for me. I actually got a no yesterday. And she was like, you know, thanks for connecting with me so many times, but I think I'm going to go ahead and pass. And I said, great, you know what, why don't we reconnect with each other, you know, 5 or 6 months down the road. You may be in a different place at that time, and you may decide that you want to try something out. And she said, great, let's do it. So make sure that you're following up with those leads you're getting every single week and day and connect with those people. I'm not telling you to stalk them. I'm not telling you to sit outside their house with a Blitz card, you know, waiting for them to purchase something, but just keep in connection with them. I like to, if I get, let's say I get a lead, we just got one from Safeway the other day, and she's interested in hosting a party. So I waited a day, and I called her the next day and said, hey, Tiffany, it's Charity. We met at Safeway. I know you were really interested in those skinny wraps, and you wanted to book a party. I've got an opening on Thursday and an opening on Saturday. Which one would work better for you? And she said Thursday. I said, great. I took down her information. I'll remind her in 2 days before the party that the party's going to go on. But if she hadn't and said, you know, I'm just not really sure yet. I've been thinking of, I want to do a party, but I'm not sure. I say, great. You know what? Why don't I reconnect with you in a week, and we'll see if there's a good time for you then. Reconnect, reconnect, reconnect.
Mm-hmm. And another reason why you're not bugging them is because you need to switch it up a little bit too. Just like those Coca-Cola commercials, they haven't been running the same ad for the last 30 years either. So you need to change up your approach if you're not getting all the great responses you want. Don't hit copy and paste on the same thing every time. Mm-hmm. Every time you reconnect with them, it needs to be a little bit different. You know, switch it up just a little bit. Maybe last time you said, hey, you ready to get started? Well, to the next message, hey, you ready to get started? Hey, you ready to get started? Hey, you ready to get started? That would be maybe a little buggy. So just switch up your approach each time. If they didn't respond to, hey, you ready to get started? Maybe the next time in a couple days you say, hey, would you have any more questions for me? I got some time and I'd love to answer them. Mm-hmm. So just switch up your approach. Have fun with it. There's no right or wrong thing to say. There's definitely the wrong thing to say, but you can, you know, that's where we're messing up. I mean, just being off point. But if you're just kind, you're friendly, maybe you say something nice, that's all you have to do. Just open up dialogue, get people talking. The hardest part about it is just sending out that text or dialing in those numbers. That's the hard part. Most people just can't.
That feeling in your tummy, you're like, oh, I'm so scared to do it. But you do it, and then you feel way better.
And then you want to call 50 more. That's the weirdest part, too. You get started, you get the ball rolling, and then you just want to keep calling all day.
A couple other ways you can get leads, of course, is asking friends and family for a favor. Hey, I just started this crazy wrap business. Would you take a look at my online catalog and just see if there's anything in there that you might want to try? It would really help me out, and I'd love for you to be my first loyal customer.
Yeah, it's okay to be vulnerable to your friends and family.
Absolutely.
You are taking a huge...
You're starting a business. That's awesome.
It's a big thing, you know?
It's a huge thing.
If you don't have much money and this is a big risk to you financially, you're taking a big risk. You should be able to ask your friends and family for help, and you should be honest with them and say, hey, I'm trying this out. I really think it's going to help. I've tried the products. They're amazing. I've seen it change a million people's lives. It's made me feel great. You should give it a shot. Just be honest. Be from the heart.
You can spend $25 on crazier things. I know you spent $25 on gas station chips and soda or something, Coca-Cola. Mm-hmm. The other great thing that we have everyone on our team do is wear a lanyard. So if you take one of these Blitz cards, if you don't have a laminator at home, you can take it down to your local office supply store. They'll laminate it for about $2 and write "Ask Me How" on the bottom of this card. And then you're going to wear this around your neck. And what's going to happen is everywhere you go, if I go anywhere without my lanyard, I feel naked. Like, I take it everywhere. It gets me more business, anything. People will be like, what's that thing on your chest? What's that? What is this thing? What is this belly thing? What's
you just
going
come back
on?
from like a convention or something?
Like a concert, or are you guys like here for something? Like, what is that? I want one of those things. What is that? I need that. Give me that. We've booked parties. We've sold wraps. We've gotten distributors. We've gotten loyal customers just from wearing that around. So office supply store, punch a hole in it, pop a lanyard on, wear it everywhere you go. A lot of people will actually put an additional one like on their purse, so if people are behind them, they can see it. I've seen that recently, and that seems to work really well.
And just like that lanyard, the shirt, I got the little symbol there. She's got the Bling and It Works.
My It Works store, they're about $20.
They catch people's attention. They say, hey, what's It Works? Because, you know, you see a Nike shirt, you don't think anything of it just because you see Nike enough.
Yeah.
People haven't seen It Works enough. So they're like, well, what's It Works? Is that a brand of clothing?
If you can't afford a shirt, Wear a green shirt. We have a distributor that went and got a bright green tank top from Walmart. It was $2.14.
Yep, that's what we love about the lanyard. You can get a lanyard at, Staples, Office Depot, and the clearance section. Usually, we can find them for $1.
Yep.
You bring in your cards with you at the time. I think we did this once at Office Depot. They did 6 of these, and it cost like $3 to laminate 6 cards and grab $1 lanyard. Yep. So it's real cheap.
Facebook's great. Text out, have you tried that crazy wrap thing to everybody that you can think of in your friends list. And also handing out Blitz cards to your friends and saying, hey, would you mind passing some of these out to people? Like I said before, you can even do the, hey, if I get 5 back and sell 5 wraps or 4 wraps, I'll go ahead and wrap them for free. Let's talk a little bit about what your job is every month. Now, this is stuff that we've kind of gone over before, but I want to reiterate this back again. So your job is to run an 80BV auto ship, because if you're out of wraps, you're out of business. You need wraps to sell. This is a wrap selling business. You need to follow those steps to success that we talked about every month. You need to work on getting to 400 PBV. Why do you need to do that? Well, you've got people depending on you. So if you're looking at this Ruby chart here, and I'm saying, hey, I really, really want to promote to Ruby this month. I'm going to work with my team. I'm going to help them out.
I want to get that $600 average income.
I want to do it. And I say, hey, Renee, I really need you to get to 400. What can I do for you today to help you build your business? What can I do to help you get some customers? What are you having a hard time with? Can I help you talk to any friends and family? Maybe I can come to a party with you. What can I do to answer your questions so that you can get some customers so that I can rely on you? I know that the people that enrolled me rely on me to be 400 PBV every month, just like the people underneath me. I rely on them. So don't be afraid to say to people, I rely on you, Justin. I rely on you every month to have 400.
Mm-hmm. Now, with that being said, I don't want any of you to go out and buy $400 worth of product.
No,
just to be
naughty puppies.
It's not what we're talking about. Process your 80BV auto ship, get those wraps in hand,
and go get some
go out and sell the wraps
and
work a business. Go out and talk to people. If you got, because again, wraps are 54 BV. So if you get 8 customers, or actually 6, I believe you can do it in 6 customers, that all buy wraps, that's 400 without processing an auto ship. With an auto ship, you
you're making like $40 in commissions, right. Plus you've sold wraps, plus you're growing your team. You're going to make money really, really quickly.
You follow that steps of success with 4 wrap customers, your auto ship, you're there.
Make sure you fill out and update your hundreds list. A hundreds list is simply 100 different leads. Make sure you're writing your leads down. Watch your training videos. For all new distributors, if you go to your esuite.myitworks.com, you can also get there from your front-end website, and you go into the document section at the top. It says documents. You can find the 100s list, and underneath that it says training videos. Watch those training videos. When I have a new distributor enroll, I have them watch their training videos, and then I require them to have 3 questions to ask me, because that ensures that they're watching their videos. So P.S. and by the way, any new DTs of mine that are watching this, I'm going to have you watch your training videos.
Any DTs that watch this tonight, we would like you to come at us with 3 questions privately.
And I try to wrap 8 bodies a month. And what that does for me is that pays for my auto ship, so I've made $200, plus that's 8 potential distributors or loyal customers. If you have any questions about anything we've said so far, I want you to make sure that you put that down below. Again, I can't stress that trying to wrap 8 bodies a month, because 8 bodies a month makes you $200. It'll pay for your auto ship. If you run this business correctly, it will never, ever, 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 ever cost you $1. Ever cost you $1. This business should never cost you money to run. If you are spending more than you're making, it's because you are not wrapping people. There's no other way for this to fail. It's just that you're not wrapping people. We're wrappers. We got to wrap people. Let's talk a little bit about goals and minimums. I know we're creeping up on the hour here, so we're going to kind of do just a couple more things here and kind of go a little bit quickly at this bottom stuff, because this is just a couple things that we have found that works really well with new distributors. So goals and minimums. We have this tendency as human beings to go for a goal, and if we don't reach it, we just give up. The only way to fail in this business is to quit, and we'll say that over and over and over and over and over again until the day we die, because it is true.
And there are 2 ways to quit. There is canceling your distributorship. That is one way to quit for sure. But there's one way of quitting that most people overlook, and that's giving up. That's not trying. If you're not trying and you're not trying hard, then you're giving up. And I really want to point that out. A lot of people don't think about that.
Think about your goals and your minimums. Every day, how many people am I going to try to connect with to talk to that are new people? How many people am I going to reconnect with? Every day, I try to talk to 2 new people every day about the products or the business. And I personally try to reconnect with 10 people that haven't said yes or no. If you want to set your minimums a little bit smaller than that or larger than that, go for it. But don't set them so high that you're going to fail.
That's why they're called minimums.
Minimum.
You're not setting your maximums. You want to set something that's easily attainable every day. I'm going to put up 1 post on Facebook. I'm going to talk to 1 new person at the business, and I'm going to reconnect to 2 people. That could be your minimum. It can be very low. Once you reach the minimum, then you have the momentum to go for a maximum. But you got to shoot for that minimum. If you put in that consistent, persistent effort every single month, that's where you're going to find the really good results. If you bog yourself down with thinking, oh, I got to do 100 people today, you didn't do them today, well, now I got to make up for it tomorrow with 200 people, it becomes too much, you're bogged down, and then you freeze. And when you freeze, you fail. And that's when your quitting comes into play.
Hitting the wall.
So leave those low minimums, and just, that's the most important thing every day is your minimum.
Minimums, Facebook posting, how many people you're going to talk to, and then tell your upline what your goals are. So if you say to me as a brand new distributor, my goal is to make an additional $200 a month, I say great. So we're going to work on selling 2 boxes of wraps. That's going to pay for your auto ship, and we're going to work on getting maybe 3 to 4 new loyal customers, and that's going to make you the additional extra. If you say to me, heck no, Charity, I want to be a diamond, I want that $10,000 bonus that you and Justin got, I'm going to say, great, let's go for it. And we're probably going to set your minimums a little bit higher. There's a phrase that I really like, which is to BYOB, build your own business, and your goals have to match and meet your efforts. So if you're expecting to get to diamond, you want that $10,000 bonus, and you're only going to work this business 27 seconds a day, well, you're not going to get there. But if you want to reach that $10,000 bonus and you want to go for diamond, which I want each and every one of you to get because it's awesome and amazing, you're going to need to work a little bit more. But I need to know from you what your goals are so that we can make sure that your efforts are matching that so it evens out.
And I hope everyone's goal who's here tonight right now is Ruby. That'd be a good goal to have.
Ruby is a great place to start. Consistency is key. Before you go to bed each night, I want you to write down on a piece of paper what you want to do for your business the next day. I started doing this after going to a One Team, One Mission, which is a training, and ever since I started doing that, I find myself more clearly focusing on my business. If before I go to bed, I say, I want to connect with Sarah, Beth, Carol, and Margaret tomorrow. I want to book a party, and I want to wrap myself. And I do all of those things the next day, then I've done it. I've done exactly what I needed to do, and I didn't get caught up and lost on Facebook and scrolling and messaging people about things that didn't matter and putting up funky videos and all the other things that you can do that easily distract you from your goal, which is to wrap 8 bodies, run an ADBV auto ship, host parties, talk to people, blitz, and get follow-up and leads. Along with Facebook, something that I really, really want to bring up is to be positive. I dare you to go back through my Facebook. You can go back from the last 14 months, and I dare you to find a negative post because my Facebook is my business. If you're having a bad day or I'm having a bad day, I call my mom, or I talk to Justin, or I talk to Athena, or I talk to Lisa, or I talk to anybody in my life that I know is going to help me work through it. I don't post it up on Facebook. You're not going to find videos of people being killed and tragedy and all sorts of things. You're not going to find that. Why? Because when I see that stuff that someone else is posting in my newsfeed, I scroll past it as fast as possible. So the next time that person sees your name in that Facebook feed, they are going to scroll past it like lightning. And it could be you advertising your business. So please be positive. Which brings us to be picky. That's the other one. Be positive and be picky. When you've got someone that wants to join your team and they don't want to run that ADBV auto ship and they don't want to find customers and they don't think they can do this and their life is too busy
and every other word is an excuse coming right out of
blah, 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 blah. Do you want them on your team? Headache. Nightmare. Tons of work.
However, if they are adamant about joining your team and they still want to become a distributor, don't discourage someone from doing this. If they believe in themselves and they feel like they can do it, then let them do it.
It's not your choice to decide that for them. But when I have someone that says, I don't know if I can do this, I don't know if I want to do this, I don't even think I really want to do this, but it just sounds like something fun to do today. I'll say, well, you know what? Why don't we start you as a customer? Why don't you build a story? Let's start you as a loyal customer, get you some free product with our customer referral program, and see what you think. And then if they fall in love with the product, they're going to be awesome at it because they're going to be talking about it all the time. So be picky. You are looking to hire people basically to be on your team. So be picky.
You wouldn't go, looking for a job at Safeway, walk in, and then they say, well, here's the job description.
You're like, I don't want to bag groceries.
You're going to work as a cashier, you're going to have to bag groceries and talk to people.
I'm always late.
And you got to stand on your feet. And you're like, well, I can't do any of that.
And they're like, you're hired.
Yeah, but I still want to work here.
That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Stay plugged in. So right now, you are here watching training. You are officially a plugged-in distributor today.
Yep. All 10 of you are plugged in.
Yep. You are doing anything and everything that you need to do to be able to grow your business. You can go to the My It Works events. If you don't know how to get there, ask your upline. You can go to OTOMs, which are trainings. Again, ask your upline what those are. Connect daily with the people that are on your team. Connect daily with the person that enrolled you. Go on to our Facebook page, Rapid and Living the Dream. On that page, you can see all sorts of distributors. We do challenges. If you have an issue with a customer or you've got a question, pop it up on there. There's plenty of people on there to help you. The more plugged in you are, the more your battery will charge. Haters. That's the next topic. So as a distributor, you're going to have people that are going to be like, it doesn't work. I don't believe in it. I don't like it. What are you doing? You're crazy. Why would you do this? You're starting a business. Aren't you busy? Oh my gosh, what are you doing? Crazy rap. I don't even know what that is. I don't believe in it. You have two choices. You can either let that get to you and change your mind, or you can let your haters be your motivators. And you can say, you know what, that's your opinion, and that's okay that you don't think that this business is right for you, but I think it's right for me. And I heard opportunity knocking, and I decided to give it a chance. When we first enrolled, we had someone posting all sorts of nasty stuff on our Facebook wall. I was like panicked. I was like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. I called my upline. She said, don't worry, just ignore it. It'll go away. I actually removed him from my friends list because you know what? Any friend that's going to be that mean to me and that cruel about me wanting to start a business and change my family isn't a friend of mine. And he's gone, and I'm not, and I'm a triple diamond. So so let those haters be your motivators. And remember that practice makes perfect. Next topic. Use your party pad to talk to potentials. And remember, you're going to mess up. You're going to screw up. You're not going to remember what fat fighters are. You're going to forget what the raps do.
You're going to drop a bottle.
You're going to drop a bottle. You're going to go through the party pad wrong. You're going to do a 4-hour. You're going to do a 4-hour party. You're going to make mistakes because you know what? You're in millionaire school, and that's okay. You are all brand new to Ruby distributors, meaning you are in the first couple of years of, say, elementary school. You're just starting to learn the business. You're just starting to learn to grow. You're gonna spell things wrong, and you're not gonna, be on time, and you're gonna have a 4-hour rap party, and all those things we were saying. You're gonna have that happen, and you know what? That's okay. It happens to everybody. Every single person has mess ups and screw ups. I still do. I do it all the time. I just had to plug the computer in because it almost died. So we all have, we all have things that we're going to need to work on and improve on. But practice makes perfect. You wouldn't try to ride a bike once and then give up after the first time.
Newbie to Ruby next month will be like a 10-minute long presentation. We'll have it so finely tuned. So.
Right, instead of an hour. And hashtag no excuses. So like we were just saying that blah, 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 blah. Your why cannot be your excuse. And I want to say that again because this is so important. Your why cannot be your excuse. Hashtag excuses. That's terrible. For instance, when we first started this business, we were really, really, really broke. In fact, we had to borrow money from our rent check and our health insurance check in order to purchase the kit and the mini booster. We were working 60 to 80 hours a week at our other jobs. We were tired. We were exhausted. We had a teenager we were dealing with. I helped to take care of my mom. Million things on our plate, right? I could have said, well, I can't really work this business because I'm at the salon so much and this and that and this and that and the other. But I said, I'm going to work this business as hard as I can because I want to change these things. I don't want to be broke anymore. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be tired. I don't want Justin climbing on giant, dangerous buildings. He was a heating and cooling technician. And I don't want to stand for 10 hours a day behind a chair doing hair. Guess what? We didn't let excuses get in our way, and we're retired. sold our salon. Justin retired from his job. My mom's doing great. I feel wonderful, and we actually have money in our bank account for the first time ever.
Yep.
So here's some of the excuses that I don't want to hear from you, and here's some of the excuses that you may or may not hear from your distributors. I'm too busy. I'm too busy to work this business. Great. I love busy. Busy's fantastic because busy means that you know how to work hard and you know a lot of people.
Yeah, there's very few people I have met in this business that have been successful, that when they started, laid on the couch every day.
I wasn't busy. I kind of just
watched lots
out.
of Looney Tunes, ate cereal.
I wasn't busy.
Just kind of waiting for the right opportunity to come by. You know, most people
busy.
who are successful are busy people. They know how to go out and get it. You got to stay busy anyway. That's what it's all about.
I'm broke. I'm just too broke. I can't do it. I have all these wraps, and I've got 8 wraps here, and I'm just totally broke, and I don't know what to do.
Sell the wraps.
Oh, that's right. We sell wraps. I'd almost forgotten. I work full-time. I work a full-time job, and I'm always busy with other people.
Great. Sounds like you're meeting a lot of people.
You know lots of people.
This is a people business. You got to get out there and meet people.
Yeah, I love that. My family doesn't really support me.
Mine doesn't either.
Most don't. My mom just the other day was like, "What is this thing you're doing?" I'm like,
and to the family that's watching, I know you're supporting me, and I know some of you do out there.
Yeah.
And we love you.
And my mom does too. She just doesn't understand what's going on.
It took a while.
It took a while. I'm just so tired when I get off work. Great. We have some fantastic products that can help you feel like $1 million and give you a ton of natural energy that are going to make you feel really, really good. And you know what? It sounds like maybe you're at a business that underpays you and overworks you. Would you like to try this crazy wrap thing? I'm overweight or I'm underweight. Doesn't matter. We have one of the distributors that's really successful on our team, Skinny Amber's a triple diamond. She's tiny. She's really, really, really tiny. And you know what? She's a triple diamond. We have another distributor on our team that's a larger woman. She's doing awesome because it's not about what it does for you. It's about what it can do for somebody else.
Yeah. And I'm not the model of peak physique, but I'm a double diamond.
Yep.
So there. I'm okay with that.
I'm too shy, Justin. I just don't know if I can talk to people.
Well, yeah. We're all that way. That's so great. That's what these are for. Grab yourself a Blitz card. You're not have to be shy anymore.
Yeah.
Wear a lanyard.
It's going to help you make so many friends, you guys. This business we have more friends now than I ever have had in my entire life. And I love it, and it's almost the greatest part of this business. But I don't really know that many people, Justin. I only have like 250 Facebook friends. I work all day. My son's in sports, and I usually get together once a week with some girlfriends and go out. But I don't know anybody.
Well, if you join this business, you're going to meet a lot of people.
You're going to meet a lot of people, and all those people I just named, you know so many more people than you thought you did. I have people that are enrolled as my customers and distributors that are people I've met from years ago. I have a woman actually that I believe she's joining us this evening. We went to Girl Scouts together when we were kids, and she just enrolled to be a distributor. We rekindled a friendship at a wedding we were at.
And oddly enough, you know more people than you think you do. Well, when you grab that hundreds list and you start filling it out and you really start thinking about people, you're going to find out you know a lot more people than you think you do. If you look at your Facebook friend list, more than likely most of you are going to have way over 100. That's a lot of people to connect with. Just to point out, 100 people is a ton of people.
That's a lot of people.
So you do.
And most importantly, have fun. You are in millionaire school. Don't set yourself up by failure by saying, "Oh, this business is so much. I just have to work it every day, and I can't have any fun doing it." No. This is about fun, friendship, and freedom. You're supposed to have fun. The only way for you to fail is to quit, and don't set yourself up for failure. I don't know how many distributors I've signed up that have said, "Well, if I don't get to Ruby in my first 2 months, I'm quitting." Why would you set yourself up for failure? Why wouldn't you say, when I get to Ruby, I'm going to be so excited, and I'm going to want to get to Emerald, and then Diamond, and Double, and all the other ranks. Don't set yourself up for failure. Set yourself up for success. Make a goal, shoot for it, and if you don't reach it, try again. You wouldn't, like we said, you wouldn't try to ride a bike once and then skin your knee and be like, "Nope, that's it, never riding a bike again." Nope. If that was the case, bicycles wouldn't exist. None of us would know how to ride a bike.
Yep. What you do is you get back on the bike and you do it a little differently. And you do it a little differently until you get the hang of it.
Practice makes perfect. So let's go ahead and recap a couple things we talked about this evening. I think we're just a little over an hour here, so I want to wrap this up. I thought of something the other night that really kind of stuck with me. I had kind of had an aha moment, and I realized that being a distributor is kind of like baking a cake. You need to have all the right ingredients in order for the cake to turn out good. I know the very first time I ever tried to bake a cake, it was an absolute disaster, and it was probably the worst thing I've ever tasted until I figured out the right ingredients. Here's the right ingredients for you to bake an It Works cake. I want you to have a launch party or a practice party. I want you to book another party from that party. I want you to run an 80BB auto ship, and every month make it a personal goal to shoot for that 400 PBV. Stay plugged in, videos, OTO wins, watching these kind of things, talking to your upline every single day. Stay plugged in. Generate new leads every day. If you're going to pluck people from your garden to put them in your tree and you haven't planted new seeds, you're going to have a really, really hard time growing your business and you're going to get stuck. Follow your steps to success, always. That is your how-to to run this business. Try to wrap at least 8 people a month. Set your goals and minimums, and always follow up with those goals, minimums, and customers. Be positive and live the hashtag no excuses life. Focus on who's at the party and not who didn't come. And what I mean by that is focus on the people that really physically came to the party and not to the people that didn't. But also focus on your distributors and customers that are happy. Don't focus on the negative. And above everything, have fun, you guys. That's our Muppets fun. We have a lot of fun. We get to work together every day. We get to meet new people. We get to wrap bellies.
Fun.
It's fun.
Aha!
Yeah, he's a huckster, this one. But have fun. Have a blast. Have a good time. We have fun all the time. Why not have fun? We all have worked in jobs where we've taken ourselves really, really seriously for a really long time. Now, I just want to be silly and have fun, as you can hear us joking through the whole presentation. So that's what we do. We have a good time. And that pretty much wraps up our Newbie to Ruby. Again, I want you guys to put questions in the news feed here.
And we're going to have questions here.
We're going to take a look and see what you guys have and answer just a couple questions here. Question number 1, how old does a distributor need to be? A distributor needs to be at least 18 years of age. And that is an absolute policy. They are going to be business owners, so they're going to need that.
And again, they have to be in one of the, I believe it's 14 or so countries that we are open for business in. So if you're in Mexico, no, you cannot be a distributor even if you're 18. But when we open up in Mexico, that'd be a great person to sign up. So that's why you put them down on your hundreds lists and keep that organized.
And then we've got a couple questions about wrapping. It looks like it got answered. Feel free, you guys, to make sure you like our page, Tone Titan Firm with Charity and Justin, which is where you are right now. We love to do videos all the time. We're going to be doing a Thursday party. Next Thursday will actually be an online party that we're going to have some diamonds and some double diamonds and have some people on so that they can talk a little bit about their story, and we'll be doing the party pad presentation. So that's next week.
And this will be recorded to YouTube. However, I am probably going to hide it just because this is kind of for us distributors. So if you do have a new distributor, this is not for potentials or people outside the organization. This is kind of for us guys. So if you do want to show this to your new distributor, though, and get them some training, I will have a link to this. So just message either of us. Just say, hey, I loved that Newbie to Ruby class. Can I show that to my distributor? Or maybe you didn't get to see this, and another one of our distributors says, hey, I would like to get that link. Just have them ask us. We can get you that link.
And thanks so much for joining us tonight, you guys. We cherish each and every one of you. We absolutely love to be on this crazy rap adventure with you. And we hope that you and know that you are going to be just as successful as we have been.
And just like those first rap parties, we probably did a lot of things wrong. So we want to hear from you. What would you like to see on our videos? What would you like more also just from our YouTube channel in general? We're trying to do as much live content as we can. We want to really help you guys reach your goals and get there, successfully. So please give us as much feedback as you can on how we can do these better.
Thanks, you guys. Take care. And as we say in the business,
that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Hashtag bring it on.
Hashtag bring it on.